Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this video is gonna be called "Grief is a Powerful Thing" / Control Your Grief. You know how they say that the mind is a powerful thing, which is true. It's true. But grief is also a powerful thing, maybe more powerful than the mind. I say that because when we're grieving, we tend to push people away. We tend to get angry. We tend to not eat. We tend not to sleep. We tend not to care about anything in the world but except the thing we're grieving about. Grief can really take you out of here if you let it. If you let it control you, grief can really take you out. If you don't know how to grieve healthy, then grief can take you out. You gotta know how to grieve healthy. You gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta know how to trust the grieving process. Because if you don't trust the grieving process is going to get harder and harder and harder. You know, grief. They say grief. No, they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste, which is true. It's true. But also, grief is also a terrible thing to waste. Grief will control you. Grief is like this obstacle. Like I said, like I said in my other videos, I'm reviewing my earlier videos. So grief is an obstacle. Grief is an obstacle. Your life is an obstacle course, and grief is one of those main obstacles in your life, that you have to live. You have to get through the obstacle course by this big obstacle called grief. Grief can stop you from doing anything that you want to do. Grief will basically make you push everyone away. Grief will turn you into this person that you don't want to be, that you don't realize that what you're becoming. Grief will make you mean to everybody. Grief will make you push everyone away. Everyone that used to be in your corner is not in your corner because you pushed them away. It's not you that pushed them away, though. It's not you that pushed them away. It's grief that pushed you away. It's grief that pushed them away. My bad. It's grief that pushed them away. Grief is a powerful thing. If you don't know how to control it, grief will kill you. If you don't know how to control grief, it will literally kill you. In my mind, grief is more powerful than the mind. The mind is powerful, but in my mind, grief is more powerful than the mind. Because can nobody or can nothing make you feel the way grief makes you feel? You feel helpless, you feel hopeless, you feel worthless, you feel like you're alone in the world. I'm talking from experience. You don't talk to nobody. You don't have any motivation in life. You basically push everyone where you're mentally alone in the world. You want to talk to somebody, but you're mentally alone in the world. You feel like you don't have anybody. You're in this. You have everyone in your life, physically in your life, but they're not mentally in your life because you don't talk to nobody. Grief will make you do some crazy things. If we are not careful, we will mentally push everyone out of our life if we're not careful. Believe me, I know. I do this on a daily. I do it on a daily. If we're not careful, we will mentally push people out of our life. But the very important people that's in our life, we'll mentally push them out of our life too. And grief will also make you push yourself out of your life. Let me explain what that means, because I never said that before. Grief will make you push yourself out of your life. Because grief will turn you to a person that you are not able to control. Let me say that again. Grief will turn you into this person that you are not able to control. You may not be able to control yourself when you're grieving, but you can control your grief. But you have to know how to control it. You have to know how to control it. Grief is a powerful thing. You be grief. Control your grief. Don't let grief control you. You control it. You are more powerful than grief. Believe that. Say it to yourself. You are more powerful than your grief. Grief is a powerful thing. It's more powerful than the mind. In my eyes, grief is more powerful than the mind. Because when you are grieving, nothing else matters except what you're grieving about. Nothing else matters except what you're grieving about. If you're grieving about a deceased person, nothing matters. Nothing matters except what you are grieving about. Nobody in your life matters except that person you are grieving about. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You have to learn how to grieve healthy. I still don't know how to grieve healthy. I'm still trying to find out how to grieve healthy. You have to learn how to open up to people. I'm still learning that. I'm a work in progress. I know I may seem I have my life together because I'm doing these videos, but I am a work in progress. The things I'm telling you guys, I should be telling myself. I shouldn't let grief control me, because when I'm grieving, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I lose interest in everything I do. I overeat. I do overeat when I'm grieving. Believe me, I do overeat when I'm grieving. Like, I eat uncontrollably when I'm grieving. Okay, it's people turn to things when they're grieving. People turn to drugs when they're grieving. People turn to music when they're grieving. People turn to food when they're grieving. Me, I turn to music and food because music is my happy place and it's basically my medicine. And food, it makes me feel better. You have to learn how to grieve healthy. Control that grief. Grief is a powerful thing. Don't let grief control you. You control it. You control your grief. You are more powerful than your grief. Keep telling yourself that until you believe it. You are more powerful than your grief. Grief is very powerful. Very powerful. More powerful than the mind. More powerful than the mind. Grief can be powerful than you. But you don't let it be powerful. Don't let it be powerful, because once grief gets powerful, then it's impossible to stop. Believe me, I've been grieving all my life. Y'all know it's been this year, it'll be, next month, it'll be 25 years since my mother passed. And I haven't stopped grieving. I haven't stopped. I just learned how to live with it. I just learned how to live with it. Some days are hard, other days are harder, other days are hardest. But I gotta keep going. Gotta keep living for her. For anyone who lost a deceased, lost a loved one, just know I am here with you, grieving with you. You are important. You beat grief. Don't let grief beat you. You beat grief. Because grief, you can be more powerful than the grief. You just have to learn how to play its game. You got to learn how to play its game. Because grief is more powerful than the mind. Don't let grief be powerful than you. You be more powerful than it. Take control over the grief. Thank y'all for supporting me throughout this. Oh, before I forget, thank y'all. Oh, I just messed up. This video is ending. There we go. Okay, there we go. Thank y'all for supporting me throughout these videos. I hope I'm helping y'all do these videos as I'm helping myself. I love y'all. Peace. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Peace out.